Just, oh, I'm too high? Oh my. Now let's go toss some plastic. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Today we are probably at my most requested course ever on the channel, and I might butcher the pronunciation here, but we are at Etowah, one of the two, in Cartersville, Georgia, home to probably the most videoed hole maybe in disc golf, the cave hole. And as you can see, it is a frozen tundra out here, and with this ridge, it seems like the sun doesn't actually hit this course for a few hours. So hopefully we can catch it later on in the round, but we're starting off with a nice and simple, honestly kind of tricky tunnel shot to start our round off here. 285 feet. I'm going to try to get a nice little flip up with my Envy, and I am really excited to get this round started. That turned out way better than I expected. All right, we will gladly take that. I had no thoughts of that being a good shot. It definitely suits up better for the flick, but if you work the right side of the tee pad, you can get a little flip up in there. Let's get started. After a better than expected tee shot, we have left ourselves a long tester putt to start our round here, probably around 40 feet for the two. For the par. Hole 2, and it's only 217 feet, but I will say aesthetically, this is very cool. We're playing kind of in the bottom of this little valley here, and we do have a tricky little line. You want to get a little bit of right turn, but you want that left finish. If we end up dead straight, that'll be fine too. I'm going to go with my champion, Rhino. All right, yeah, we leaked a little bit too far to the right. We got a okay kick, I think. Let's see if we can knock a putt down. Definitely feel like we should have been able to get the Rhino a lot closer. We are staring down another very long putt. This one's probably around 60 feet for the two. Come on. Oh, good run. We'll take that. Hole 3, 575 feet. As you can see, we have a pretty big alleyway with the basket staring right back at us. I'm gonna try to get a nice little flip up with my org. This tee pad feels pretty frozen, so I think we're gonna be compromised, so I'm gonna disc down a little bit. Oh. Yep. Nice little toss there. Definitely not crushed. We got a nice ice skip all the way to the left side of the fairway. We should be able to work with that. Orc landed in kind of a tricky spot here. We still have 225 feet, pretty routine upshot. I'm gonna go with my Rhino. Highs are back out. That Rhino came up embarrassingly short, leaving us a tester to try to save our 3 here, probably around 40 feet. Oh. Barely. Quick little update. As you guys know, the putting has been in shambles, and in the middle of all that, I've lost a hammer. So now I just have one hammer. I really like having 2 putters. I'm just a 1 hammer hunter now, but we're gonna try this gum putt a little bit today, if you saw my last video, given to me by a subscriber. So we might legitimately try to do some putts with the blunt gum putt DGA Steady Ed. So we'll see how it does. Ladies and gentlemen, here we are, the world famous cave hole. It's 222 feet. But as you can see, it goes way uphill, and if you go past it, I mean, how deep is that cave? You know what I'm saying? I'm getting mountain lion vibes. When I look at that, I think mountain lions. Hopefully, we can just hit it with the one and done. I know there are certain people that come out here and they try for hours trying to get this famous hole, and hopefully we just hit them with the walk-off. I'm gonna go with my Kotuku. Just, oh, I'm too high? Oh my gosh, that was really close. That was really close. Man, would that have been cool. I think we nailed the cave. We went just over the basket and nailed the cave. Hopefully we didn't mess up the Kotuku too much, but let's go take a peek and see what it looks like in there. From that tee pad, you're looking at that cave just thinking, how deep does it go? You know, I want to go explore it. And then you walk up here and it's only like 6 feet deep, which is still one of the coolest holes you will ever see, one of the most filmed. There's been a lot of very notable people who have hit this ace, and you know, it's one for the books. It's one that you're not gonna forget. It's freezing, there's ice everywhere. Super cool. If only the Kotuku would have knocked that one down. Oh no. That's what I was nervous of. Look at that chunk. Ugh. That's a huge bummer. You know, as soon as it hit, I was nervous, and yeah. Etowah will be on the Kotuku forever now. Hole 5, 282 feet. Now this is a tricky one. You should be able to just barely see the top of the basket peeking out up there. This is a pin that's hard to attack. This course is short, but it is very technical. I'm gonna go with my envy. Hopefully, you know, we'll just hold the slight turn the entire way. Probably gonna have to fabricate a putt. Hold the turn, get up there. All right, we'll take that. We are not gonna be picky today. If we have a putt going through all these tight lines, that's a win. This will be the first gum putt of the round. Now, if there's any people who watch my channel that use the gum putt, let me know. It could not feel farther apart from a hammer, but we're gonna see how it flies. Oh my goodness. Maybe I'm just a gum putt guy now. Maybe it's just that simple. Hole 6, 285 feet. The basket's tucked up to the right on the side of the hill here. Now, it definitely suits a forehand, but I don't really have that in the bag. I'm just gonna try to put a good throw on my champion leopard here. I think we're gonna need some luck because I don't exactly know the line. Be so good, maybe. All right, I heard us nick a tree, but we continued going the direction we needed. I think we'll have a putt. I don't know what happened, but we are 5 miles back here. I think that skip was straight backwards. I thought we carried some forward momentum. This isn't really an attackable shot, just kind of a layup. I'm gonna go with a flick with my Justice. All right, I don't know if that, I mean, it was in line good, but I have to assume that was quite a bit short. For the par, one thing about this course is the fact that it is absolutely stunning and it is so peaceful. And when you're playing around, it's easy to get caught up. You're just focused on the hole ahead of you. But like just this pin location, it's easy to walk past, but it's in this bowl of all these surrounding, you know, kind of mountains and valleys all coming together. We have the rock face, you know, the hard rock face down there. It's just gorgeous. And like I said, it's easy to get caught up. So when you're out playing around, I always try to take about 4, 2-minute breaks, just soak in what's around you and just have fun with it, and you'll probably play better too. Hole 7, 282 feet, and this one is not very simple. We have to hit a tight tunnel down this left side on a turnover shot. If we get some stability at the end, that's a bonus, and I hope you guys don't mind. We're getting a lot of these elevated camera angles today because setting it up on the ground's not working too well with these T signs here. So anyway, I'm gonna go with my champion leopard. Oh, it felt like a good throw. Get up there. Man, I think that was perfect. That is exactly what we needed. The leopard, I'm trying to work into, the Valkyrie spot. It takes a little more oomph to it, but I think we might be able to make it work. I'm not gonna exaggerate. I 100% thought that was going in the basket, and it would have been the best days of my life without question. Hole 8, it's only 165 feet, but it plays much longer. As you can see, we are going way uphill, and we have kind of your standard hyzer shot, and then we have this huge turnover lane, and it looks like you do indeed have the height if you want to go for it. I'm just gonna take this hyzer lane with the Rhino. Oh, noodled it. I mean, we have a putt. We probably should have went with the Kotuku, but we have a putt, and possibly the worst roll away situation ever. We have left ourselves a tricky kind of circle edge putt for the 2. I knew it. I have the gum putt right here. And I thought about throwing that just so it wouldn't roll away. All right, here we are, trying to get a really good par save here. We're probably like 45 feet way uphill for the 3. Oh, I went deep. Didn't expect that. Looks like we're taking a bogey on a 165-foot hole. You hate to see it. Can you guys see that? I just missed the bench and then the hammer. Anyway, hole 9, 245 feet. This is a tricky one. You definitely have to commit to the shot because we are throwing over a pretty decent ravine here. We need to hang straight for quite a while and get that left finish. I'm gonna go with my Rhino. That felt, don't. Man, we're getting cooked. We got to wrangle it in. That throw fell real good. Bad tree kick. Let's focus up. We have another super challenging one. I don't know if we've had a normal putt yet. This one's also probably in that 45, 50 foot range. Way uphill for the 2. Oh no, I'm sliding all over the place. Dang it. Come on, Hunter. This place is too beautiful to not play well. Today's hole 9 break, I want to bring up something spicy. I do like to do that every once in a while, and I love to read your guys' comments down below. Now, what I want to bring up today is people bringing their kids along with them for a round of disc golf. There's quite a few disc golfers out there who are not a fan of people bringing along their kids for a round. And I'm not referring to if your buddies show up with a bunch of kids, because that's just a personal choice if you want to play with them or not. But just running into people that have a bunch of kids out on the course. And to my surprise, I didn't realize a lot of people don't like that. And one important thing that I always talk about when I bring up disc golf world stuff is, guys, I think a lot of people just need kind of a reality check, okay? Like 90%, I don't know if that's accurate, but like 90% of courses are public parks. Guys, they are public parks. I don't know why people get these opinions. You're not, paying for some high dollar round at like a, VIP golf club. Like there's zero investment for you and they're at a public park. I do want to argue the other side of this, believe it or not, and this happened just a week and a half ago. I was down at Lula. I don't want to mention any names, but I was playing with one of the owners, Kyron, and as I'm kind of lining up to, I'm focused, locked in, you could say, about to throw my shot. Is cute. He's got this cute little boy running around. He just comes up right in front of me. He just looks me right in the eyes, squats, and just poops his pants like full eye contact. That was the easiest decision that kid has ever made in his entire life. And guys, let me tell you something. It's hard to recover from that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could not control myself for a while. It was absolutely hysterical. And Kyron had to do kind of that walk of shame and bring his kid back up to the clubhouse. And as always, guys, if you are enjoying the content, please consider hitting that subscribe button, smash the like button, and leave your comment down below. I'm open to all opinions. And if I don't really plug this very often, guys, but I do have a website, tossingplastic.com. I have t-shirts on there, used discs on there. Soon I'm going to be dropping my towels and a whole bunch of other exciting stuff. So if you have some time, please go check out the website. I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you. Hole 10, we have 250 feet. Now the basket is dead straight and we have that classic left or right side. I do think I'm going to hug this right side with my Kotuku. Hopefully we can get it up there and leave ourselves a putt. Didn't show it very well on the cave, but there's the Kotuku's battle wound right there, this chunk sticking up. So we're just going to peel that off and hopefully lace this shot. All right, we need, I'm not going to say anything. I think that will be a simple putt, but this terrain is very unpredictable. For the 2, hole 11, 185 feet. Now we are going a mile back downhill. Now, I think the smart play would be to just kind of take the Rhino, throw it out there nice and soft and let it slide down the hill. But the tempting shot is going with the Tomahawk or Thumber kind of right at it. Now, I don't know if there's water down there or anything like that, but we're just trying to think, like, do we go safe or do we go fun? You know, I chose the fun option and it just wasn't very fun. We didn't throw it well, so we kind of got the worst of both worlds there. Although it was boring, it did work out pretty good and it left us this very pretty putt. The sun's finally kind of cutting down through these trees, lighting up the basket. I'd say we're probably around 46 feet for the 2. Dang it, I love downhill putts. They're so fun. Hole 12, and this is kind of nuts. Like I'm pretty sure this drive is the fairway. I'm not a big fan of this because there's a good chance you're just gonna completely road rash your disc. And I thought maybe the hole was somewhere else, but the short tee pad's right up there. So I think we legitimately are like playing this road as the fairway. So with that being said, I'm gonna go more stable, and I'm not trying to get a ton of anything. I'm just trying to get a ton of left finish so I can land off in the leaves up there. Oh, it's gonna skip on it. Get over. Oh, perfect. Just barely got off the road. Now we can attack the pin. So it appears we're still 342 feet away. Now, the original number from the tee pad, I assume, is to that missing basket right there. So we still have quite a long ways to go, which makes me think some of the holes we played may not have been accurate with those distances. But nonetheless, I'm just gonna pick the Firestorm back up and try to do the same shot. Oh, gosh. It's a tricky footing. Man, I was so worried about just annihilating my hand on that tree. This is a very strange hole because as you can see, the fairway's tiny and it's like 90% road. If you overturn anything, you go way down in a creek. And if you hit the road, you're skipping up into this hill, having an extremely compromised lie like I just had. So the sweet zone is really to land in the street or just to the side. It's very strange, very difficult hole. I would guess we still have probably around 90 feet. I'm gonna go with my Pro Rhino. All right, we noodled it just a fuzz, but we'll take that. Talk about a cool backdrop though, my goodness. Hole 13, things are a little bit strange here. We're back on the road. We have a big Annie shot. Now this is like, you know, the Park Street, and people turn like right here. Like 2 people just in the last few minutes have tried to turn here, you know, move the camera, but the gate's closed. Just kind of an odd setup here. 222 feet, huge Annie shot. This is a very beautiful shot. I'm torn between the P Waka Waka and the Envy, but with the farther distance, I think I'm gonna go with the Envy. Get over there far enough. All right, yeah, I think that's exactly what we were looking for. For the 2, hole 14, 412 feet. And as you can see, we have 2 lanes here. You can go with this really straight kind of flip up shot and then you need that left finish, or you can work a sidearm or an even trickier kind of flip up to turnover shot. Now I'm gonna take this right side with the Firestorm. I don't think we're gonna make it there. This tee pad's kind of coming up in chunks here, but hopefully we can get some good footing and avoid the giant river to the right. Oh, we were never missing that tree. That was a good pull actually, but yeah, there was no doubt that's where it was headed. Quick thing, when I walked up to this, I did not believe the placement. I had to look back on the camera because we hit these trees up here. This disc bounced like 32 feet straight backwards. I don't know if I've ever seen anything like that happen, but we still have 211 feet to the pin. Big kind of hyzer shot. I'm gonna go with my Kia. Get over there. All right, I think that'll do. For the 3, hole 15, 333 feet. Now the basket's sitting right in front of us, elevated a little bit, and we do have this power line that I'm sure a lot of people have hit going for the hyzer. Now I've been really mowing this one over. I want to go hex, but the wind is getting quite a bit swirly out here, and I think it's mostly a headwind. So I am going to go with my Firebird. I'm sure a lot of people have hit going for the hyzer. Oh goodness, I really was trying to get in between them. God, gosh, Hunter absolutely nailed that skinny rope. Hopefully it didn't mess up the Firebird. We still have 224 feet, and this course is weird because you won't feel wind for like holes on end, and then you walk around the corner of like one of these rock faces or mountains, and then boom, it's right in your face. Got in my head on that one. So we have a long ways to go. I'm gonna go with my Kia to fight the wind, hopefully walk out with an easy par. Just scoot up there. Oh yeah, the Kia hasn't come out much lately. It has twice today though, worked out both times. For the 3, hole 16, 269 feet, and this is probably my favorite designed hole yet because you have this tight, just dead straight flip up tunnel shot, or you can go with your more standard hyzer route, but you're definitely gonna need a skip. Now we've had some flip ups today, and I would love to have a fun skip shot, so I'm gonna go with my Scepter. Is that too much angle? Skip. Oh, it's so rewarding to go with the skip and then to be like, you can't see anything off to the right and then you just see it kind of fall in this line. Very cool. Just a little bit of a pro tip when it comes, wowzers, when it comes to the skip shots, because this one looks more skippy than it is. And the more angle you put on it, that'll kind of help mitigate the crazy skip, which is this Scepter is almost up and down. If I would have went for that flat skip, that's how you get a much bigger skip, and we would have, almost positively, we would have skipped down into this little gully down here. So just a little tip if you didn't know about skip shots. Hole 17, 330 feet. Now you probably can't see the basket, but it is tucked up in a pretty cool pin location. We're gonna try to give a little redemption to our Firebird so it wasn't just a one and done into the power line. Oh, there goes the mic. And also the straightest Firebird I've ever thrown. I guess I got really torquey on that. Maybe there's wind coming up the canyon, but the Firebird should never fly that straight. We went way past the basket here. There is kind of a huge Annie line and this really tall hyzer line, both of which look pretty exciting, but I am gonna go with the hyzer line with my hammer. That's short. Oh, not a bad run. Rounding off our very fun day here at Etowah Disc Golf Course, we have hole 18, 404 feet, kind of just throwing back towards hole 1, nice little alley here. I'm gonna go with the Wraith. I have a feeling I might overturn it, but I wanna give this disc some love. Oh, I hit my chest and overturned it, nailed a rock. Kind of exactly what we thought was gonna happen. It definitely feels like there's some kind of weird swirly wind action. I don't know, sometimes you feel it, sometimes you don't, but you can see it in the discs. Hopefully we can end on a good note. I'm gonna go with the gum putt. Hopefully give it one last chance to do something special. I think it's short. Oh, you know, not bad. You know, the gum putt's not, I think I'll use it more for catch, but like it throws good. For the 3. And that wraps up today's video at Etowah Disc Golf Course in Cartersville, Georgia. And guys, my biggest takeaway as I've navigated through this course is just the fact that it's really cool. It's a really cool experience to come out here and play around and just kind of soak everything in around you. Do I think Etowah is some, top tier competition, this, that, and the other thing course? Absolutely not. But I do think that if you come out here, you will have more fun than maybe if you visited one of those courses. And I will say, it's not cart friendly, okay? I brought the cart out here. It was a struggle, and it was also, not for nothing, the most difficult filming I have ever done. There's not many flat spots that you experience while playing throughout this course, which does make the enjoyment, the journey, the exploration quite a bit better. By no means think that Etowah is just some slouch or poorly designed course, because it's absolutely not. As you guys saw, it did kick my butt quite a bit today. You have to be locked in and be hitting those woods lines, and then you do come up on a few holes where you get to air the arm out a little bit. As far as the design goes, I think it's very good for what they have here. As you saw, there were some unorthodox holes, hole 12 in particular, that I really am not a fan of. I don't think that that's a smart idea. I think a lot of people are going to road rash their discs, but sometimes, you know, geographically, you don't have many options to bring people back to a different area. So I 100% understand why the hole's there. I'm just, you know, not the biggest fan of it, but it's easy enough to skip. Tried my best to showcase it, but it never does it justice, how beautiful this course is. Even this giant rock sculpture behind me is something to pause and look at. There's a giant dam over there to look out. You get to peer under some bridges throughout your round, and nature is absolutely buzzing around you the entire round. Overall, I'm gonna give Etowah the solid score of 8.1 out of 10. I think that's where it sits perfectly. I do believe that it's good enough to start pushing up into those 8 and 9 tiers, but the experience is mostly what carries it. The T signs do not give you hardly any information. You don't know which location the basket's in, and you only get one footage number. The T pads are kind of rough, you know, some of them are tearing up, some of them are uneven. So I just think a lot of that factors in, and I'm sure in time, all of that can be taken care of. But for right now, I think that's exactly where it sits. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Now it's your turn to go toss some plastic.